Hola muchachos, Lifeaholic Mom here, and today we are going to have a quick chat with some really good friends of mine. They are like family. They're from the East Coast, also the South as well, and they have lived here in Costa Rica for about 2.5 years now. So we're going to have a quick conversation with them about why they decided to leave the U.S. and move here to the beautiful South Caribbean coast of Costa Rica. Stay tuned.
Said she wanna run away and be free. I've seen you during dark times. Still you shine so bright. Feel the love with just one smile. Still you're hurt inside. Lives in the heart of the city, but she wants paradise. Nothing much but a hut and some sunshine. Nature is her playground, is where she finds her peace. She's so ready to leave town and get off these streets. Saving up every penny, this may take a while. Ready to run away, she's a true nature child. Said she wanna run away and be free. Said she wanna run away and be free. She wanna travel like the clouds to a mystical town, but for now she sticks around, turning frowns upside down, vibrating to the sound of a heartbeat.
Hola muchachos, Lifeaholic Mom here, and today we are with Mawusi and Q, my dear friends, also known as my Costa Rican family. And we're just going to have a quick conversation, like we do, interview with an expat, and they are going to tell us some of the main reasons why they decided to live here in Costa Rica, some of the pros and cons of living here, and let you guys be the judge of how you feel about Costa Rica afterwards. So, hello, Miss Mawusi and Mr. Q.
Hello.
All right. So, guys, let's just get into this.
Okay.
The first question. Why did you guys decide to pick up and leave the U.S. and move to Costa Rica?
Okay, I'll let you start.
One of the main reasons was my health. Being diagnosed with MS, I was struggling and I needed something different. I needed to live. So I had to go.
Yeah, you need to make a change.
Yeah,
you
I
were
had to
like,
make
what
a
I'm
change.
doing is not working, so I need to
Exactly.
figure
So I
out
had-
what I can do to live,
Exactly.
survive.
So that was my main reason, was my health.
So your main reason for leaving was health reasons. What you were doing in the U.S. wasn't working for you, so you were like, let me give it a try, in probably a place that had a better food source, much more natural, healthier environment. So
Yes,
completely
definitely.
understandable. What about you, Q?
Well, you know, my queen is coming here. I'm not gonna leave her coming down here by herself. So basically, that was it. You know, her health was primary and still is paramount. So that's why we chose Costa Rica.
Okay, very well. Okay, this sounds like a lot of other people's story. It's just what was going on in the U.S. was not working out for them, so they just decided to make a change. All right, guys, so tell me, what is your favorite thing about living here in Costa Rica? What can you tell the people that you love about?
Freedom.
What does that look like for you?
Being able to do what you want without having to ask for permission.
Absolutely. Woo. Talk about it.
I mean, true freedom.
Absolutely.
That's number one.
I concur.
My favorite thing is being in where we are in Costa Rica, being in nature, the jungle, and we're right by the beach. So it's just one word: paradise.
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 Peace and tranquility.
Yes.
And freedom. So those are their top 3 reasons why they decided They obviously weren't able to find those things where they were in the U.S., so they found freedom, peace, tranquility, nature. As you can see, the beach.
Yes.
All right, guys. So what is your least favorite thing about living here in Costa Rica? Specifically the South Caribbean.
The humidity.
Oy.
Woo.
Oy, vey.
This humidity is rough.
It's gangster humidity.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the weather is beautiful, but it is extremely humid. I mean, it has.
Now, is it like that all the time? Because I'm finding that it's only humid, like during the rainy season, obviously, because it rains so much. It's extra humid. But then there are times of the year where I'm like, this feels like Los Angeles weather. But would you say that it's constantly humid, like 365 days, or?
Not constantly, but a majority of the time, I think it's really humid.
I think it is. It's just not super humid all the time.
Right.
Like sometimes it's just.
There's levels of humidity.
Yes, like the wind blows, especially because we live so close to the ocean. With the wind blowing, it just feels like God wrapped his arms around you and just said, "Come here, my child."
And what about you, bro?
I'm gonna say one of my
His name
issues.
isn't bro. It's actually cute, but I call him bro because he's my bro. Okay.
I'm gonna say dealing with the banks, going into the banks because they're not up to date. I mean, you got to go inside the line. They have ATMs,
Right.
but there's some transactions where you have to do a teller, and they're just not up to date on that. Outside of that, I really don't have too many issues.
No complaints, not much.
I personally don't like to go shopping to the store,
Right.
but that's my own personal. And it's probably because I'm not that fluent in Spanish yet.
Okay.
So I have a little
You feel a
interaction.
little uncomfortable
Yeah.
trying to get what you need.
Yeah, so I mean, I could get through it, struggle through it, but those would probably be my only two issues.
Okay, very well. Now tell people, what did you do for a living when you were in the States versus what you do now? Mawusi?
Well, the last 4 years, 5 years, 4 years before I left, I was not working. My MS had progressed to the point where I just couldn't work anymore. But prior to that, I was working for the IRS. And that was it
paid the bills.
bills.
It paid the bills. It's not a bum job. But,
Yeah.
And what do you do now to sustain yourself here in Costa Rica?
Well, a couple of things. We live off savings. I have a small pension, and
We do work online, teaching English.
So what do you guys? So a lot of people, including myself, teach online. So if you're fluent in English and you can speak English very well,
Yes.
you don't have to have a lot of experience to get teaching jobs. And there are actually quite a few options available. They don't pay what you're used to making in the States. Not even close. But
You don't need it.
when you downgrade your lifestyle to freedom and paradise, you don't need all that crap that you thought you needed in the US.
Yes.
So you're making what, 6 figures, but you're spending 80% of it on crap you don't actually need, right? Here, we make what we need to make. We're able to eat out, dine out. We have everything we need on a online teacher salary. Would you guys agree?
I agree 100%.
Yeah, so we don't need, we used to make, all of us, we used to make money.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I was like, what did I do with all that money? And I was still miserable.
exactly.
What did I do with all that
Well,
money?
we gave half of it to your uncle. in the
Well,
States. Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
So Q's right. I gave 40% of mine to my Uncle Sam.
Yeah. So
Yes.
then you have
So-
the rest to try to live off of. What I did right before we left, I was
Yeah.
working with FedEx.
Okay.
But prior to that, my whole career was with AT&T.
Okay. Very well.
So I retired with them, went to FedEx for a couple of years before we came down here. So
And so do you teach online
I
as well?
teach online,
Very
yes,
well.
and I love it because you get to learn different cultures around the world. So.
And you make your own hours.
own
It's kinda
hours,
like,
yes.
Do
I
it
do if
when
I
you
want
need-
to, when
Yep.
I need to. So
Very good.
this is living.
Absolutely. This is living, folks. This is living. All right. So Mawusi and Q, tell people what kind of advice would you give to the people watching this video if they're thinking about taking the leap, but don't have the confidence, don't know how? What would you tell someone, one very important thing, if they're deciding or thinking about leaving the U.S.?
Hop on a plane and go. You don't need that much money. You don't need a big pension. You don't need a retirement.
Go.
Hop on a plane and go. Get out.
Get out. Just like the movie.
Get out.
Just go.
What about you, bro?
Now, I will say this on a more practical level. Make sure you do your research on wherever you want to go.
Oh, yeah.
My queen here,
Definitely.
she's the research queen. So we were thinking about Belize before we came here.
Okay.
But I was watching some programs, and I saw a lot of information about Costa Rica.
Okay.
So we did some more research on Costa Rica, and we found out this was one of the healthiest places to
the
live
world.
in the world. So we decided here. Now, I came here sight unseen.
Okay.
She came down.
You came on faith.
On faith.
On
That's a good man,
Yes,
y'all.
yes,
That's
yes.
a good man.
She came down a couple of weeks. She said she enjoyed it. She liked it. And her health got better immediately. From where she was. So I was like, okay, no brainer. So 4 months later,
Here you are.
Here we are.
And here you are, what, 2.5
2.5
years
years
later.
later and loving it.
yes, no regrets.
Will never go back.
Absolutely. You know what? I know I told you guys I'm going to keep this interview under 7 minutes, but Mawusi has a very compelling story. I'm not going to have her go into the long story of it, but I really want her to just share with you guys really quickly, if you don't mind.
No.
She was in I want her to tell you quickly, because a lot of you who are suffering from illnesses, I have an illness myself, Mawusi has an illness herself, but a lot of you suffering from illnesses is like, I don't want to lose my health care, I don't want to be, I have this long-term illness and I'm going to die if I leave the country. I just want you to listen to what she has to say really quickly about where she was when she arrived here in Costa Rica and where she is today.
Well, let's go back to 2017 when I came to visit. I came here in a wheelchair. My MS had
Did you hear that?
progressed
She
to
came
the
here
point
in
that
a
I was
wheelchair.
in a wheelchair. One day, I was riding a bike. It was a no-brainer. We came home. I was like, we're leaving. We packed up, sold everything, gave away the rest, came down here. You don't need doctors. You need nature. That will heal
And good
you.
food.
Yeah.
Good
Pure food that doesn't have all that crap in it.
I'm not completely healed, but my quality of life, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I wheeled her in a wheelchair in the airport to come here. And when she got here, she called me. She's like, look, and she's dancing. I'm like,
Wow.
what?
That is
Unbelievably
So,
absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
So definitely, this is a place of healing for sure.
definitely a place
Absolutely.
of healing. Spiritually and mentally as well. This place is very healing.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm sorry, y'all. That was an extra tidbit, but a lot of you guys, like, I'm getting emails and messages from you guys, and they're like, well, I have this or I have that. And I'm not saying, like, call your doctor and be like, I'm never coming in again. But you have to make a plan and know, well, Mosey. But for the rest of you guys who are as bold, like, it's possible. So I only wanted her to share that story to let you know, like, don't let your illness or whatever that you have mentally, because a big part of illness is all mental. And she was able to say, hey, I have MS, but I don't care. I'm leaving so that I can heal myself. And she went out on faith and she decided, I don't care what the doctor said. The doctors say that I can't, but I say that I can. So I just want to inspire some of you who message me to tell me that you can't make moves because of your illness. I just want her to, tell her part of her story so that you guys can know that it is possible. She's living now. She was dying there. And some of you are actually dying while you're watching this video. And there's a possibility that you can change your direction and actually live. So, all right.
I want to say one last thing, and this is to my Christian people in the U.S. And the plants will heal the nation. And that's it.
And on that note, Lifeaholic Mama signing out.
Bye.
Thank you, Q.